That's Lady Logic, 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 Logic. Amen. That's Lady Logic.
Well. I don't know why I'm doing the talking. This ain't my stream.
You should be.
Well.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
better.
go ahead.
Better.
Lead the way.
Welcome to my very first live stream, and I have a bunch of Kafirs with me that are
Alhamdulillah.
that I'm blessed to have. I got IP, I got Jai, I got Chris Claus, and I also have my husband Avery.
Yeah, hi. Hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I wish my mom could see this. Made it on a big channel, 11,000 subscribers. Really doing it. So excited. IP, Jai, Chris, Claus. I've been watching you guys for a long time. I just can't wait to get this started.
Silly. Oh my gosh. So yeah, what we're gonna do, guys, actually I dropped a video today and it is Korah's top 10 Dr. Daft blunders. And I thought it'd be fun to look at a few of them. I don't want to give them all away for anyone who hasn't seen the video, but I thought it'd be cool to go through a couple of them and see what you guys think. Because none of you guys have watched it yet.
Losers.
Haters.
I watched it.
Yeah.
Hey, now you didn't look at the chat. I watched it and I was at work.
You know, I should have known that if anybody was going to watch it, it was going to be my brother, the Imam.
That's right.
Chris Claus, One Way Apologetics.
Wow. Look at that. But the other ones are just Kafirs, huh?
I'm
right.
sorry, I've been busy
Well,
doing
they
family
watch
stuff all day.
Once you watch it, you're not a Kafir anymore.
Yeah, I started it, but I didn't finish it.
So he purposely turned it off.
No, he said he wanted to have a raw reaction. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes
Not
I knew like there's like magic behind the editing, so I'm like, I know who's editing this. I'm expecting something. I'm like, all right.
yeah.
That was my thought process. I was like,
that's crazy work. Crazy work.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't want to keep everybody too long, so let's get into it.
All right, sure. All right. You know, if you got some tips, we got the master reviewer, Imam Claus here. Great at reviewing. He gets the videos done. You understand?
Wait, who are we speaking of?
Claus, Chris Claus.
Oh yes, of course. I thought you were talking about you, babe. I was like,
I do. When I review, I get stuff done. I reviewed an entire Sheikh Uthman versus Anthony from Bible or Quran video under an hour.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. Give me my props.
Babe, will you mod
And
my little sis Chloe for me?
And
send her. Can you send her the link?
I can't at the moment, but I can do. I can do that. I can do that.
Okay.
All right. So I'll play the video. Here we go. Let's just go ahead and do this here. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and unmute this. My mouse, man. All right.
Struggle. Is this y'all's queen?
Amen. That's Lady Logic, 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 Logic. Amen. That's Lady Logic, 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 Logic. Amen. That's Lady Logic.
All right, guys. Today we are breaking down Korah's top 10 Dr. Daft blunders. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was really hard narrowing these down to just 10. So if you feel like I left out any blunders, please like, subscribe, and comment down below on which blunders you feel like I left out. Also, I did try to rank these in order of importance. So if you feel like the ranking is off, let me know in the comments down below. Let's get right into it with number 10.
I wanted to wind it back to the first verse that you brought up, which was Nehemiah 9:6. So who do you believe is being spoken to specifically in Nehemiah 9:6 when he says, you alone are the Lord? Is he addressing the divine essence or one of the persons?
That's a great question. He can be addressing the divine essence, because if he's speaking to the Father, if he's speaking to the Son, or if he's speaking to the Spirit, they share mind and will, so they are the divine essence.
The issue with that is you can't address a divine essence with personal pronouns.
You can. You'd have to demonstrate that you
Sorry,
can.
Allah.
Can you address someone's humanity as you?
If the divine essence has personhood, then you can address the divine essence in the Father, the Son, or the Spirit.
So this is interesting, man. I'm sorry. Why am I talking? Go ahead. You lead us in, man.
No, babe, go ahead. But you are kind of off camera a bit.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you need to scoot all the way up, get closer.
All right, so this is like a popular argument that we kind of been, or at least I've been seeing on TikTok as a response to Nehemiah 9:6, because Nehemiah 9:6 has gotten a little bit more notice in these Trinitarian like proof texts, proving that Jesus is Yahweh and stuff like that. And so now what they've been doing is they're trying to argue, well, okay, well, it says you there. So who's the you? You is only talking about persons. So who's the you that the verse is addressing? You know, as if the word you cannot be referring to a corporate entity, which is you see all throughout the Bible. This was so easy for you to debunk. What did you guys think when y'all saw this?
Yeah, that's one of the ones. Well, there's one guy, older guy called Anthony Buzzard. I don't know if you guys remember him or not, but he was like the kingpin. He was like the kingpin Unitarian guy back in the day, and this was his like go-to. Like he would like give like you like the count, like this many thousand times personal pronoun is used for God, and this is like one of their things that they would do all the time, and it really goes against them like massively when you show them plurals being applied to God, because you might be able to say, okay, if that's, you think that's an argument for your position, then how do you explain the plurals? And that's when they fold real bad. But like you said, you can address a corporate entity in singular. You can address multiple people in singular. This is how the Bible works. That's how language works in the Bible. So
yeah. The other thing to keep in mind is that think of this on more of a metaphysical level. Okay, when we're talking about God, God is spirit. He's not like a material thing. So like even the divine essence is itself would also be mental in nature, would it not be? I mean, God is a mind. So therefore, like, what are we doing here? Like,
what are we doing here?
That's what I'm wondering, IP.
Yeah, it's like this is such a weird thing because it's constantly we're assuming that like we're talking about like a being that's like somehow like physical, like it's like his essence is like a thing, but that's not really true on a metaphysical level. God's essence is still personal. He's at base consciousness. He's a mind.
Exactly.
So I mean,
not
like,
an inanimate object.
Oh yeah, I think about it like this a lot. I mean, think about how you can even talk about yourself almost in a dual nature. Like you can talk about the little conscious person that you would picture of like yourself in your mind that decides between like different desires. Like I desire to work out. I also desire to be lazy. I desire to eat this. I desire to eat that. We are all like that little conscious agent. But also you can talk about yourself in more of like a larger sense, so to speak. You could talk about yourself as a collection of all those desires, of all your dreams, your hopes, your dispositions. So even in that, you can talk about you as like the little conscious self-aware agent that decides between different desires. But you can talk about your whole collective mental reality as also you. The same is going to work for God. That's just a conundrum, an issue that comes up in philosophy of mind. What exactly is you? Who exactly is the agent? So, I mean, like, same with God. You could use similar language depending on what you're talking about. If you're talking about the whole collective essence of God, the mental essence, you could still refer to him as a who or a what even. I mean, it can go either way. I mean, so I don't see why this is ever an issue.
We got the Word and I who joined us.
What up, Word?
We got
what's up, Lady Logic?
We got my other half of my brain up on this stage.
What's up, guys?
Well, how does it feel, guys, to be joining Lady Logic's first stream, man?
It's better than your stream, I gotta
say. That's good. That's
I want to just congratulate Lady Logic, man. This is awesome to see, really. This is really awesome to see a husband and wife doing their thing like this.
Amen, Word. Amen, Word. I've been saying for years that the men in apologetics are doing their thing, But for years, I've been saying that we need more females getting into the apologetics field, because that's somewhere where I think that we were lacking a little bit of. And lately, I'm just so pleased to how many sisters are actually stepping up, and ones that are knowledgeable too.
Yeah,
That's the best
making
part.
us proud. Absolutely.
Right. Can I comment on that? What's the name? The argument?
Absolutely.
Because we
Please
got
do.
inspiring philosophy here. But what's up, Mike Jones?
What's up, man?
If I remember correctly, the persons is materially identical to the essence, materially, right? So you can address the essence as having a personal pronoun because they're materially identical. You know, the persons is not something different than the essence. So you can say that you or he, and you speaking about the essence, you still picking out personhood.
Yeah. I mean, well, we would be careful with how we word that. Yes, but as long as we're defining it as in terms of like the persons are relatively identical to the essence.
Yeah,
so we don't want to say it's absolutely identical.
No.
We sure don't want to say that, huh?
Yes,
again, when we get into
not.
Trinitarian language, we got to be careful because the Unitarians and the Mutnamoons are like, you see, I need to use any clip I can to show that they're not believing in anything but three gods. They do this kind of crap. So we got to be careful because of how they clip and they farm.
No, you have to unqualify it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so here's a good one right here. And we got Chloe here in the house. So I would really love to hear your thoughts on this blunder.
You want the other half brain to speak?
Yeah.
Do I have your permission, Shake, to speak?
You do. Now that my wife is full brained now, since you're here, now it is a full team. So,
Sounds like a plane.
All right. Let's see.
Differently, because I do believe in the hadith, and I do believe that Aisha radiallahu anha, the marriage was contracted at 6 and consummated at 9. We have a hadith where Aisha radiallahu anha explicitly states not only that when she hit the age of 9, she became a woman, but the people around her, when they hit the age of 9, they would become women as well. So it's attesting to historically in her land that girls would become women at the age of 9.
What a freaking liar. What a freaking liar.
Did she say that other women around the area became a woman at 9 years old?
That's what she said, Imam. That's what she said.
Like, I think the biggest blunder that Cora had in the whole debate was showing up. That's probably the biggest blunder. I'm just saying,
man. That's crazy. The logic there is just insane, and we can comment on like whether that's even authentic hadith or not. But the logic is insane. Like my 7-year-old nephew, he thinks he's an astronaut, so that means I'm gonna fly him up. Yeah, I mean I don't know how to say the name without getting this flagged or whatever, but there's a certain community out there that where little kids say that they're a little girl or a little boy. Lady, my 9-year-old just said that they're a little boy when it's a little girl. It's like, so that by Cora's logic, you should take it seriously. If Aisha said that she was a woman at 9, that must mean that she was a woman at 9 because she said it.
Yes, it's because she said it.
And it's not even just that bad. Just because she said it, therefore all other women were too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the little guy wanted to be an astronaut, right? Therefore all 7-year-olds should be astronauts by her logic.
Yeah,
that's a new T-shirt. What's a woman?
What's a woman?
What's a woman?
I think that's already a T-shirt.
That's already. It's funny that sometimes you see like similar arguments between like people on the far left and Muslims. Like all like, a little child can just say they're a boy or girl or an adult now. Apparently, like, whoa, what is going on?
So, Chloe, were you a woman at age 9?
You want me to answer as a Christian or as a Muslim? Because those are two totally different answers.
I'm just trying to get a little sense of reality here. So,
okay, reality. I mean, I look at my 10-year-old, almost 11-year-old little cousin, and she is definitely not a woman I think she's just starting to understand that she's going to change and that her body is going to physically change. And it's just in the preparation stage of becoming, mature and puberty and all that stuff. It's not even like it's in the preparation stage. It's let alone finished. Let alone puberty being finished in that stage. So when I hear a 9-year-old, I'm thinking of my little cousin who's around that age, and I'm like, there is no way. Like, you're trying to explain to a literal child, that hey, your body is going to change because it's going to start to change. I cannot imagine having to explain intercourse to a 9-year-old and like the physical bodies to a 9-year-old when they are just learning that they're gonna grow and they're gonna develop all of these things. I can't. It's just disgusting, and it makes me feel gross, especially someone who loves biology, to even have to have that conversation, thinking that a 9-year-old is mature enough to do the duties of a wife. It's insane to me. That's what I was thinking watching it.
And to make a point, well, I'm not going to crush a 9-year-old dream by telling him he's not an astronaut guy, but he could be an astronaut.
Yeah, he could.
But speaking of little boys, they don't hold this same standard for little boys. If a little girl is 9 years old and can be a woman, so is a little boy a full-grown man. He got to protect the house. He got to go out and provide for his family.
Go to war.
He's got to go to war. He's got to do all of these manly things. No, they don't do that. So you can clearly tell it's just they're pleasing their sexual desires and they want to do it early. And this is the excuse that they come up with because they don't do the same thing for little boys.
Oh, I got a
point.
I got a question.
Put my screen up.
Go ahead, IP.
Yeah, when you get a minute, put my screen up because once again, we got to share this study. I'm going to keep sharing this study until it gets beaten to their heads that everything they're saying is backwards. Yep. Lady Logic shared it during the debate. Yep. This study points out, guys, and guys, remember the title of this study and use it when Muslims bring this up. It does not show this, that girls were maturing quicker in that day and age. You just zoom in on the chart and you can read it. It's a short little read. It shows that actually 20,000 years ago, they were maturing quicker. And that slowed, and that increased to about 2,000 years ago. And it reached the peak around 200 years ago. And then due to better nutrition, now girls are maturing quicker today. But in the time of Muhammad, the average age a girl would have her first period was around the age of 14. And if you notice, I drew a red line here, put a little red line there to show you that even 2,000 years ago, it would have been biologically impossible for any girl to have had her first period until after 10. And again, that was increasing by the time of Muhammad, so it's probably around 11. There's no way Aisha could have been anything but prepubescent.
Yes, scientifically. It was funny seeing them mention science, and I'm like, where are you getting this from? Have you ever looked at this? And we know they haven't.
Yeah, no. Now, here's a matter. Go ahead, Word.
I just wanted to kind of ask inspiring philosophy and anyone that knows about geography and growing crops and having.
I do. I'm a specialist.
Right. So having sufficient nutrition to grow crops and to have that readily available for people of that time, it's even harder for people in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
So there's no way they can have the efficient nutrition from just eating, and they're not growing their crops. They have to export them and import them, and they have to do all these other things.
Crops is not the big thing. The big thing would have been livestock. So 20,000 years ago, you hunter-gatherers. They're eating a lot of meat, wild roots, this kind of stuff. And so when we get to the agricultural age, it's going to be a lot more grains, which is not nearly as nutritious. So you people in the desert, they don't have a lot of livestock. They're eating a lot of like food. They're trading dates, this kind of stuff. They're not going to have nearly the nutrition you'd even have.
Lizards.
The Byzantine Empire would have had far better nutrition because they would have had more agricultural land, more arable land for raising livestock. So yeah, absolutely.
Crazy. So as as an expert in agriculture myself, I also concur what was said here in detail.
You generally confirm it, or you?
I generally confirm it. You know, honestly, if I watch the stream back, I might do some conscious edits.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You get it.
I got one question before we do. Well, two questions before we do proceed, but the first one's going to be quick. Right now we have 1,000 or a little more over watching. We have less than 600 likes. Come on now, we can do a little bit better than that, y'all. We can do a little bit better
guys.
It don't take long to hit that like button, y'all. It don't take long to hit that like button. I'm gonna give you a little bit longer before I have to tell you what to do, y'all. Come on now. Don't out yourself, y'all. But my question to the panel would be the part where Aisha calls herself an adult or a woman, I guess. Is that Sahih?
Great question. It's absolutely and utterly weak.
What?
According to Al Albani, this is not according to me. And you know, it's so funny that you asked that, Chris, because
so funny.
my comfort phrase, my okay perfect is that it's so funny.
Okay.
Yes. Apparently that's my okay perfect.
Drop him.
Funny because
Drop him, Christina.
they say mine is by the way.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes, it is.
That is so true. Oh wow.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So whenever I get self-conscious now, I'm like, I do say that a lot.
But yeah, I could have brought that up. In fact, I was going to, but I decided to flip it instead because I wanted her to think about what she's saying. So I could have been like, well, actually, that's super weak. But instead, I was just like, I'm in a room full of women. Let me spin this a bit for every woman in this room.
Well,
were you a woman?
I agree. The way that you did it was perfect because there was a bunch of women in there. There's going to be a lot more women watching that as well than they will watch the men debates. So it was perfect the way you did it. But this is why we have reviews so that we can point out that Cora, and now either there's one of two things. Either Cora purposely lied on the panel thinking this was Sahih, or she's not smart enough to know that it's weak. One of the two.
Yeah. Brother Chris, you got to remember when Muslims use it, Sahih becomes Da'if.
Oh, yeah.
And then Da'if becomes Sahih, depending on how they want to use it at that particular time.
That's good.
It's fluid.
Yeah, it is funny because...
There it is again.
Don't worry about it, Christina. I say
I forgot what I was
about to say. You wasn't about to say anything. Nothing was funny. You wasn't about to say nothing. All right. Shall we continue with the next blunder?
I thought
yes,
it was funny.
because you did make me forget what I was about to say by calling out my comfort.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
One more thing though before we go. One more thing before we go to that, because she was saying it like it's just as authentic as in Bukhari. She's like, if you accept, this was another thing that she said, which was crazy too. She said that if you accept Aisha's statement that she married Muhammad when she was 6 and then consummated when she was 9, then you must accept everything else in all of our corpus, no matter how we grade it. It's just, that was just crazy. Like, how did she come up with that one? And she was saying it was just as authentic, which, as you pointed out, it's not authentic. And so that's a complete lie. That's a blunder.
Yeah, notice what you're doing. See, now I'll chip in.
Okay.
Notice what you're doing. You are taking from the authentic narration of Aisha while she's appealing to the weak narrations of Aisha. No, why is it the Christians that always are bringing the authentic sources to the Muslims? Why is it always us?
Man.
Jeepers.
Because in an internal critique, we have to buy anything.
Yeah, that's right. Internal critique.
internal critique. So it's everything that they say.
Right.
You have to believe.
We got to believe it. That's what internal critique is.
Somebody's got to read the Sahih Hadiths.
Somebody.
Nah, I'm tired of the Sahih Hadith, man. I'm ready to read the Da'if ones, man. That's what we're doing.
The Da'if are more Sahih than Sahih.
Exactly. That was crazy because I literally read a Sahih Hadith off to one of the ladies and she goes, well, the first thing we have to do is Nafit Sahih.
Nice. MashaAllah. All right, let's see this one now. This one's important. Now, a lot of people was like, a lot of the Muslims, they loved Korah's performance. They absolutely, you say words as a Muslim and you're doing it. You're doing good. As long as you can say words, man.
And
They don't know, man.
enunciate too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, if you enunciate and could say them at a good, pretty good speed, oh, mashallah, sister, you are dominating them.
40 generations, bro. You got
40 generations.
For one special.
What exactly to you is immoral about the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, being in a contracted marriage with Aisha radiallahu anha at 6, which is the equivalent of betrothal to you, which we can parallel to 1 Corinthians 7 verse 36, where it talks about betrothal before the flower of a woman's youth. And
see, now this is what I just wanted to touch on this here, because Christina said it's a 2-for-1 special, which it is. She tries to use 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 36 to justify Muhammad's marriage with Aisha. And so for all of us who know what the verse says, it says that a man is allowed to marry the virgin that he's given as long as she is past the flower of her youth. He does not sin, let them marry. What in the world is she talking about before the bloom of her youth, before she passes the flower of her youth, they can be betrothed and engaged in relations.
Listen to this. All right. If you carry the 1 above the 3, but then you subtract it by the 20, and then you get you don't see how?
I'm starting to see how.
That's why.
And that's an outdated translation that comes from like King James, the Baron, like ESV, NIV. They're going to translate it as if his passions are strong, and it has to be. So it's not even talking about her; it's talking about his passions. That's what, as far as I have seen, what scholars today say about this verse. So Muslims are using outdated translations and then lying about those translations. Wow.
The Greek literally just says reaching its peak. And so if it's about the woman, this is the earlier translations and earlier understandings, they would take that to mean, okay, she's at the age of marriageability, like she's able to marry now. But if it's about the man, then it's talking about him reaching this peak of like sexual desire, like, because that's how the chapter begins as well, that if you can't control yourself, you can't you can't control the passions. So most I think scholarships on the side of saying actually refers to the man, it's his passions, and so it's in a completely different context. But even if you take it the other way, you don't get child marriage anywhere.
You don't get it.
Yeah, let's just say it's about the woman.
Yeah,
it still says past.
And
she literally said before.
Yeah,
it's like she just so disingenuous and just a liar. Is crazy.
Man, the only thing I got to say is our Lord and Savior called a 12-year-old a little girl. Muhammad called a 9-year-old a wife. We ain't the same, Muslims. We ain't the same.
That was corrupted. That part's corrupted.
Yeah.
They twisted it with their tongues. They twisted it.
Exactly.
They exchanged the words from their proper meanings.
Yeah,
exactly. She made the Quran true about herself.
But she did say words, though. She did say words. So.
She did
look,
say words.
Very, very fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so let's go to the next part, because you guys are I know you guys loved this one. You guys watch this part, because it's not just 1 Corinthians 7.
Then after she reaches the flower of her youth, no, that's not.
It's past the flower of the youth.
Yes, and it doesn't give a time for how long past. It can be 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour. But I want to pair
opening of the flower.
So she just admitted she lied.
Oh wait, you just missed the
Lord.
Wait, you gotta go back. This was like one of the best responses.
Or for youth. No, that's not.
It's past the flower of the youth.
Yes, and it doesn't give a time for how long past. It can be 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour. But I want to pair
the opening of the flower.
Okay,
that's what you do know.
Okay,
exactly.
It's at the peak, not at the beginning.
Yeah. That's
It ain't at the opening of the flower, girlfriend.
Yeah.
This is not when they have the little buds at the top. It's when it's fully bloomed.
But that really does represent what Muslims think, because they think it's like you wake up, you go to bed one day, you wake up, and like this is you go through puberty and like boom, like that. It's not a process. It's just like a one-time event. It's not a process. It's not stages. They think it just happens. They actually tell their little girls once they have their first period, you're a woman now. They're told that as little girls, and so they actually think this is a one-time thing. Once this thing happens, now you're a woman. But that's not the case.
Yeah. And we all know that. It's crazy that I have to convince them of that.
They know that too. They know it too, but Muhammad.
It's almost like Muslims are at the train station, right? And as soon as that door just opens up that tiny little bit, they're all just trying to rush through at the one time, right?
Terrible.
It's like, was there not
in
enough
that
women?
sense.
Like serious, like was there not enough women around? I'm pretty sure
There was.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds. There's a bunch of women around.
A bunch of 9-year-olds running around.
A bunch of 9-year-olds running
Yeah,
around.
there's a bunch of women's.
Let's not get it twisted, y'all. Ibn Abbas was 12 years old when Muhammad passed. Zayd ibn Thabit, who was one of the authors of the Quran, he was, I believe, born during when Muhammad was receiving revelation. I think he was probably about 10 or 12 when Muhammad passed as well. And he was hanging out with a bunch of kids. I don't even know if he was hanging out with adults.
You know what? That is so
That's
true.
a good point.
That is a great point. Never thought about it like that.
And
before.
I ain't never thought about it like that, man.
So Islam a kid's religion? I
Well,
would say
if I were illiterate, I would hang out with a bunch of kids too. That way I could be the smartest.
That could be it. Think about this word. The ink of the Ummah, the one that Muhammad prayed for understanding of the revelation of the Quran to Ibn Abbas, a child. The mother of the Ummah, a 9-year-old. Like, come on.
Is that why we get verses like the sun is setting in a pool of murky water and all of these fanciful stories and like because even even the legend of the Jews was told to kids as bedtime stories, and we find them in the Quran. It was a bunch of kids just making up a lot of things.
I'm not sure.
Y'all onto something.
You're all onto something for real. All right, let's see. It gets worse.
Well, the reason why I brought that up is because your standard is quite flimsy. That's why I brought up the Septuagint in Deuteronomy 22, verses 28 through 29, because you said what is moral. And based on your moral standard, which is, for example, things like 1 Corinthians, or for example, Ezekiel 16, verses 7 through 8, or for example, Deuteronomy 22 in the Septuagint that talks about girls, young girls in the Greek, it says peida, it says that if a man forces herself upon her,
that's incorrect.
That's exactly what the Septuagint says.
Absolutely incorrect on
that's
that.
That's exactly what the Septuagint says, however.
On what to do if a girl is raped is actually above that. Cora was very
All right. So, man, gotta love this part because this is definitely atheists' favorite argument. Muslims, anybody you can think of that's antichrist and trying to come up against the Bible now. They've been trying to quote the Septuagint and asserting that the Septuagint says it's a child. It says child who they have relations with, and then they got to pay. I told you guys it'll get worse. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a script on this very topic, this very passage. The Old Testament scholar Joel Carreco has been helping me write the script. And there's a lot of research. This is not about grape, okay? It isn't. The word there that is used, it's the same word used in Genesis for when Potiphar's wife grabs Joseph's garments and says, "Come to bed with me." Now, did she grape him? No. She just tugged on his thing in a very forward, flirtatious thing. But yeah, she was seducing him. And this is actually, we see a parallel passage in Exodus that has very much the same standards, and it says seduce. So that shows up in Exodus. It's either a rewrite or a response to this one, the Deuteronomy passage. So right then and there, the context shows us it's seduce. The passage also says they are found out, okay? They are found out. Exactly. That means this is a man who has seduced a virgin. sort of like, like a flirtatious grab, like, hey, come here, honey, like pulls her in, and then they're discovered. They are discovered. And by the way, as even like scholars like Robert Alter have pointed out, they're in a town. Okay, this wasn't like big cities where you have these abandoned like alleyways. Towns are very small. Okay, so if a girl is being raped, she's going to cry out. People are going to hear immediately. So that's why the prior passage about the man finding her in the open country and doing that stuff, only he's put to death, not her, because again, it's very clearly about grape. In this passage, it says they're found out, they're in a town, they're not in the open country, and the word again just means to seize. Parallel passage in Exodus shows this is about seduction. So therefore, this has nothing to do with grape. Cora has no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Or
And when I
she
first
just lying.
yeah, she just lying. When I first seen it and I seen Christina hold that card up and she said, "You are absolutely," I thought she was gonna say, "You're an absolute liar." Why you I was like, "Get us, sis, get us."
Also,
I wanted to.
No, I think it's important to say too that Deuteronomy actually means second law or repeated law.
Mm-hmm.
It's a repeated law that we already receive as inspiring philosophy, as I already said, from Exodus 22, verse 16, where it says, "If a man entices a virgin who is not betrothed and lies with her, he shall surely pay the bride price for her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuses to give her to him, he shall pay money according to the bride prices of the virgins." So this is just a repeated law. Unless they can show us the law of if a man grapes a woman, then he's got to pay 50 shekel, the bride fee for. If they can show us that in Exodus, then they may have a point.
It's interesting because it's funny because what's funny about this portion, guys, is that she never answered Christina's question.
Nope.
She completely deflected, and then when Christina brought it back, she passed the mic and pointed like, "Any of you guys?"
Y'all got something to say?
This off the script. What are we gonna do here?
What we gonna do, right?
I ain't trying to hog the mic,
Right?
You done got her good when she's passing it off to a Quran only. I'm just saying.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Her question was, "Is it moral?" Don't come and talk about my morals and talk about the Bible and this whataboutism, which Christina correctly called her out on. Is it moral? Answer the question. Yeah. Well, what's wrong with your morals is that's a deflection. Is it moral or not, man?
Yeah, according to you, what is the answer?
Any of you guys want to?
I thought I heard you say something down at the end. You
see?
Any Shia, any Ahmadi, any Quran only want to say something here?
Right, any Ismaili.
Any Ismaili.
In her episode, during the crucifixion prompt, when they asked her if there were any eyewitnesses to Muhammad's revelation, she called them out for 2 cocaine.
Oh.
You have got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me? After what you just committed, my episode was before hers. So she sat there and did what she did. And then on her episode, gonna sit there and act like she didn't just commit a 2 cocaine fallacy. And she never answered. Like, you came down on this prompt and your job was to defend the morality of Muhammad. And you never answered whether or not what he did was good or bad.
That is true.
I need to point this out too, with all of us sitting up here. Imagine this. Cora had the chance of a lifetime. She could have had a one-on-one with Lady Logic, God Logic's wife, on her own topic, not one that anyone else wanted to suggest, one that she wanted to suggest. But we can get that one-on-one. But I was told that people were saying that you left. Some Muslims were saying that you left. That's why she didn't choose you. Is that accurate?
Oh, it's not only is it not accurate, but it's actually on video in her episode. I'm sitting right there when she picks Chinasa, which was also a mistake on her part because Chinasa absolutely bodied her in such a calm and beautiful way. But So after my episode, I had the chance to pick her for my one-on-one. But here's what was going on. Only 12 of my ladies showed up. Mm-hmm. So for every single prompt, Cora could have come down for every prompt of mine because I always had at least one empty seat.
Yeah.
She came down for the one she originally signed up for, and she came down for another. But she could have come down every single time. Plus, I knew I was about to do her episode where I could only be in one of her prompts because all 20 Christian women showed up. But I was like, I know she's going to pick me because she's been on TikTok talking about how badly she wants to talk to me for quite some time. So I was like, well, I'm not going to pick her on mine since I'm about to do her episode and she's going to pick me. So I'll talk to somebody else this time and have my one-on-one with her on her episode. But she did not pick me, and I'm sitting right there. Later on, we're out to eat, hanging out with some of the other Christian girls, and apparently she's on TikTok telling everyone I quit before she could pick me for the one-on-one. And if you go look at her episode, I'm sitting right there. Yeah. Like, what are you? Why lie about something so stupid?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
The law made it appear you wasn't there.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
That's the deceivers.
All right, this part was pretty funny.
Familiar with how this verse is quoted within church father writings?
Yes, absolutely. Do you have any kind of dispute on how the church?
Yeah. So Eusebius quotes it as "Go and baptize."
Now let's just.
I started laughing as soon as I heard it.
Once I knew it was
exactly what's coming up.
I told you it was funny, but no. Do you see how facetious Christina is?
I'm sincere. I'm
sincere. Yes, I do. Do you have any problem with how the church fathers quoted it? You facetious little angel, you.
That's just bait, Logic.
Just bait.
Do the bait out there.
Yep.
I felt like the cat with the canary in my mouth in that moment. I was like, I got Tweety Bird right here. Just
you know that reminded me of the question right before Logic puts out his book, because that's how you act right before you pull out your book, Logic. I ain't gonna lie.
I need a pink notebook.
That's hilarious. So yeah, your little attitude here was hilarious.
Yeah. Actually, how did you feel when she brought that up? Because you knew that it could have been coming up. You were prepared for it. So how did you feel in real time? Like, what were you thinking when she brought that up?
I was delighted. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was like, yes. Tell me that it's only in there in the name of Jesus. Tell me, please. Please tell me that. I mean, my goodness. In my video, I literally say this shouldn't even count as Cora's blunder. Somebody told her this. One of her bros absolutely set her up for failure right here.
I was over there in the dark because I was there in the room. And I was over there sitting there like this. Good. Good. Bring up this argument.
Evil mastermind Logic.
Man. That's the thing, though. How many times do we catch Dawah guys setting their followers up for failure? Man. They are constantly lying to Muslims. Dawah guys hate Muslims. They're always coming to our lives with really bad arguments, and then those poor souls look stupid because their Dawah guys lied to them. I've taken that entire videos because I don't want to give my followers bad information. Like, come on.
Yeah. That's called integrity, IP. They don't know anything about that.
You know how long this has been going on, too? Because me and Jai, we used to laugh about this something awful. Because we used to call some Muslims, we used to call them the test bunnies or whatever they are, right? So one of the Dawah guys would formulate an argument, and one of the little test subjects would come into one of the rooms. They would try to run that argument with us to see what type of, and then you would see the Dawah guy not use it the next week or two.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And you see that like early on in your TikTok days on Avery as well, like one of the Dawah guys used to try to come up, and they would still, have the confidence to come up, they would speak. You could see them sitting in the audience. So
watching.
They were just sitting there. They were watching people, and then afterwards they go yell at the Muslims and say, "This is what you should have said. This is what you should have done." It was like, you were sitting there You're the one who told them the art. Why don't you come up and tell them how to do it properly?
Yeah, why didn't you come up? Well, you could have corrected me live in front of the person that's running this argument, butchering it.
You
Right?
know what it remind me of. I watched a lot of National Geographic growing up, and
me too.
When the penguins are on the glacier and they want to get over to the other side, but the killer whales are circling, they're all just at the edge, and they're like, all right, I'm not gonna be the first one. Who's gonna be the first one? I need to know, is this one gonna make it over there? So I know then I have safe passage. That's exactly what it reminds me of. Like they're just waiting. Oh, okay. So now I got a right to go ahead and use this argument.
Man, I definitely felt like a killer whale, and she was definitely my little penguin right there.
Yes.
For those of you guys in the chat that's asking about Lady Logic or pink hoodies and stuff like that, we are working on doing Lady Logic merch in the very, very, very near future. But right now we definitely got some pink We Just Read hoodies. So if you guys want to go to
kick him? No, I'm just kidding.
If you guys want to go to the God Logic clothing store that Lady Logic personally advocates for, you could definitely go over there and get you a pink We Just Read hoodie. Okay,
man.
So yeah,
now they're gonna clip you. Now you're gonna be a grifter again, grifting off your wife.
Just grifting, man.
Look, man, I am the unleaded grifter. That is,
if you can't grift off your wife, who can you grift off?
Exactly. What is she here for? To make me happy? To sustain me? Nah.
We grift off each other.
Grift Nation, baby. Goodness. All right, let's keep this going.
Baptize only in the name of Jesus. And we also see this echoed within the book of Acts when the disciples only go and baptize in the name of Jesus. So would you say that baptizing in the name of Jesus is sufficient to baptize?
I would say, and it's funny because now we're talking about church fathers, but I would encourage you to read Eusebius book 4 because he says, baptize in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Spirit.
In book 4, you said, because book 4 is actually where he quotes it the way that I said it.
He quotes it both ways.
Okay, perfect.
That perfect is just like.
But she didn't lie though. Like that actually, like that was the perfect response. That was it. So she didn't actually lie with that.
Yeah,
one.
the okay, perfect was good right there. Right? That's when it was appropriate.
It was actually fitting. Yeah.
But now let me
she knew she was wrong because she didn't give no pushback.
No.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
You knew that one.
Tell me you didn't read the source of your argument without telling me without saying you didn't read the source.
That's crazy.
Guys, stop piggybacking off of, stop parroting these trash arguments from your Dawah guys without looking into what they're talking about. Because they're going to have you in front of, it's over 500,000 that's seen it already. It's going to reach 1 million pretty soon. Mm-hmm. 1 million people going to see this butchery. This is horrible. You're going to embarrass yourself. Don't do it. Hey, hold on. Let me give myself a big screen. Stop it. Get some help. All right, what you guys think, man? The clear reaction from Cora there. You know, she's clearly parroting. She didn't have nowhere else to go back. Actually, let's let her finish it because she tried to. Mm-hmm. She had to stick to the script, guys. Mm-hmm. The script is, hey, Eusebius quotes it differently, so therefore Matthew 28:19 in our manuscripts is a corrupted text. There's some earlier text out there that read it differently without the so-called Trinitarian formula, right? That's the script. So let's see how she gonna stay faithful to that script. Trust.
Yes, she is.
Go ahead. Oh, hold on, we got to hear the. Okay, perfect.
So because book 4 is actually where he quotes it the way that I said it.
He quotes it both ways.
Okay, perfect. So would you say that there is a sort of variant reading in Matthew 28:19 then? Because if he's quoting it both ways, then you would have to say that both readings exist, right?
No.
Why in Allah's Gehenna would that follow?
What does it?
Because 40 years of because 40
So many
years.
manuscript
or
of
60
Matthew
years.
where that's missing, like, or it's the alternate reading. We don't have any, so this is just baseless.
Wow. You know, this just shows you how Cora is on her feet. Like when she's reading a script or giving someone that she's memorized, it comes off a certain way. Like you might get some sort of impression, like, oh, maybe she did some reading, or maybe she knows what you're talking. But then once you see her like off a script like that, she says some real dumb stuff. Like, why would you conclude that?
Yeah. Like, where'd you get that from?
How was your mind like? How did you just do that?
It's got to stick to the script. Got to stay faithful to the script, man.
Like everybody in the room lost brain cells from that question she just asked.
Not the Muslims.
And half brains don't have that many left, so
That's tough. They have half a brain cells to lose, huh? That's tough. That's tough. All right, let's go to this side of the blunder here. My mouse is like tripping. It's freezing on me, guys.
And what's even crazier, she thought that Christina was going to agree with her.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that?
Wouldn't you say that? That's no.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't, silly goose.
Why would I think something stupid?
Ain't no one with a full brain gonna say something like that.
You know.
She's trying to Jedi mind trick you, right?
Wouldn't you say that? Can you please say that?
Wouldn't you say
Wouldn't
that?
you? Wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you say that?
Just imagine if, like, every time a church father or someone is paraphrasing or saying something by, like, if that's counted as a textual variant. Like, just imagine if that's actually how we count textual variants. Like, don't go by manuscript.
Oh my gosh.
No one does that. Like, I don't know of any textual critical scholar that does that.
Yeah,
I've never heard a textual variant being defined that way. Never.
The only way it would have is if CB said some manuscripts say X.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, if he says manuscript.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, so it doesn't work.
Nice. All right. Let's see this little blunder
perfect.
here. Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Ask you this: what verse does he reject fatherhood in the sense that I referred to it?
There is no verse where father is connected to being a creator. That is why I asked you the question, can you be a creator without being a father? Allah himself says that none can come to him as other than a slave. So can you come to Allah as a child of him in the sense that he's your creator according to him?
With that title, absolutely not.
Okay. I'm a little confused here, guys.
We listening. Go ahead. We listening.
Y'all listening?
we listen. We hear.
I know y'all will hear me out, especially with Word on stage. I know y'all will hear me out.
I'm gonna hear you out.
You're gonna hear me out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little confused. This whole time, she was arguing that it is okay, and it is actually affirmed that Allah is a father in a metaphorical sense. Not in a literal. She outright denied it. It's not literal, but metaphorically, yes. In a correct sense, yes. But when Christina asks her, okay, so then can you come to Allah as a metaphorical child? With that titleage, no. You just
absolutely not.
Yes, my bad. Absolutely not. Not just no, absolutely not. Why then have you been this entire time lying to us, saying that Allah is a metaphorical father in a correct sense? Why can't you come to him as his child then in a correct sense? Why? I'm confused. I am so lost.
If you were a Muslim, if you did it back then, why isn't it Islamic to do it now? Because there's a correct sense.
Okay, correct.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
What is your epistemical logical justification?
What's the symmetry breaker for that?
Symmetry breaker for that.
Okay. What's gonna be your symmetry breaker for your epistemic justification?
This is wild. Like, it's just, again, words no longer mean what they mean in Islam. Confirm doesn't mean confirm. Believe doesn't mean believe. When the Quran says it's clear, well, that doesn't mean it's actually clear. It's just generally clear. And now the term father doesn't mean father anymore. It's like they just keep making stuff up to save the most obviously false religion on planet Earth.
Oh yeah.
Unless he's generally a father.
Generally,
He consciously edited his fatherhood.
Mashallah. All right, let's keep going, man, because it continues to be stupid.
If Allah is rejecting that you can come to him as anything but a slave, can you come to Allah as a child?
Beautiful. I answered that question. I said with that specific titleage, no. And the reason as to why
So
that
Jesus isn't a Muslim.
is because Allah does not permit that in this Sharia. So let me ask you, does Jesus abide by the Sharia that's in the Quran, or does he abide by the Sharia?
Absolutely not. That's another reason why he's not a Muslim. What you guys are having to do, because the claim is made in the Quran, is you're having to go back and try to reconcile something that Muhammad said that is blatantly wrong. Muhammad obviously didn't know the contents of the Bible well enough to know that this claim would completely fall apart.
As you can
Guys,
Man,
I'm just, again, I'm a little lost. I'm a little confused. I understand that they take Sharia to be, you know, the set of laws that they have to follow, right? The customs and the laws they have to follow. But, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. Well, actually, I'm just asked this question to my knowledgeable brothers and sisters here. Jai, maybe you can speak to this if you know. Can you have a different theology and still correctly follow the Sharia?
That's the thing that gets me with this. When you talk about abrogation, you're not abrogating theology. You're abrogating laws.
Exactly.
It's like, where are they getting that from?
That's my confusion. Like, I understand the abrogating commands, laws, theology, who Allah is, what Allah is. That you can't abrogate that. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, like Allah is abrogating laws within one, like, you know, within the Quran, within just the Quran, he's abrogating laws within that. But so do we see any examples where he says, like, you can call me this? Oh, now you can't call me this anymore. You can call me this. You can't. We don't see that. It's not theology. It's just laws.
Right, because they don't have this concept of like separation of church and state or government and, you know, church or mosque, so to say. So it's all intertwined.
The laws are all in there.
The other thing is, like, she just debunked herself because Jesus can't be a Muslim, because he didn't just call God Father, he also called himself the Son. So by her own logic, he was calling himself a child, son of God. She said, no, you can't do that. So he wasn't a Muslim.
Or he wasn't anymore, because after that he committed shirk.
You don't see how.
Well, according to the Islamic sources, Allah needs a girlfriend. So maybe if we find the girlfriend of Allah, maybe
We can't.
we'll get
No,
some answer.
Chloe, we can't find a wife for Allah. How could Allah have a wife if he has no cousin?
He has no.
girlfriend IP. Okay, we gotta take it slow. We need to have steps here. Okay.
Yeah, we need some baby steps. Baby steps.
There's no
gotta
distinctions
give him a
in
haircut.
Islam, though.
We
There's
got
no
a
distinctions.
haircut, nice shoes, or a nice shoe. You know what I'm saying? A clean outfit. We just got to help him step his swag up a little bit first, guys. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
I don't know if we got it though, because Cora did admit something here and then contradict herself in it. But she did say Allah is the baby daddy. She did say that though.
Metaphorically.
In a sense.
In a sense.
In a sense, Allah is the baby daddy.
It don't matter how many times Allah says, I am not the father. These fatherites are going to argue him down. You're not arguing with me, Cora. You're arguing with Allah. He says over and over and over again that he is not your daddy.
Yeah, I used to always think that was, I still think that that's one of the clearest things about Allah, is that he's not a father, man, to anyone in any way, shape, or form. Like, that was so clear to me. And now we are in 2026, and my good, by golly George, has it changed? We don't know.
We don't know if Allah's a father, and now we don't know if Allah's a mother.
We don't know if he's a mother. Chair, job.
There was a whole movement given birth to yesterday we were reviewing this yesterday, and this one Christina said, well, so can he be called a mother? And then she said, oh, there's no historical evidence for that. And then we started going to passages in the Bible where God uses analogies as a mother, loving Israel as a mother, out of the womb as a mother. So there actually is precedence for that. So does that now mean, because there is precedence for using this type of language for God, that you can have, language of Allah being a mother? And so there's a whole word. It's going to be something big. It's going to be like the Islamic dilemma.
It's
gonna be something like that.
Loading.
By analytical predication, I got a justification.
Yeah, but what's the symmetry breaker?
Here's another layer to the argument, guys. So they try to argue that because the Christians misused this title, this name, that's why Allah got rid of it. Right? That's what they try to say, that's why he abrogated it. So with that same thinking, with that same consistency, you guys remind me, what does the Quran say? Who does the Quran say the Christians said Allah was? The
Messiah.
Isa, yeah.
5. It says that, and those who say that Allah is the Messiah. So the Christians were referring to the Messiah as Allah. Why then is he still holding on to that name if the people were using it incorrectly? We still call him Allah.
Oh, look what we have here, guys.
Well.
See.
Hey.
Well.
He looks so happy.
He looks happy to be here.
You guys are cold as ice calling me over here. I've had like 5 hours sleep in 3 days, whole family out of town. I got to hold down everything. I've done 2 live streams already. Like, hey, come on over here.
That's right.
We knew you couldn't resist.
The kingpin has spoken.
And we just talked about the Islamic dilemma. So you're the perfect one to come talk about.
Yeah. How did I only forgot it for because my brain is fried. I only forgot it for like an hour, but then you brought it back. Oh, that's so much better right now. These are one of the great days. These are one of the great days in history, lady. I mean, yesterday was one of the great days in history.
That's so good.
Yes.
So good.
He perked up for that dilemma.
Oh, yeah.
I was feeling all tired and worn out. I just need to have that playing on repeat all day long. And I don't need sleep, guys. I don't even need sleep.
It's okay. We're approaching the end, so you'll be all right. You'll be all right. This one, Jai, I think that you'll definitely enjoy this blunder here, man.
Okay.
I say bottom 3 because these are 3 of
narration, and it specifies that all the hadith that you quoted about the burning, that is from a narration, and it specifies that all manuscripts were burned except for the manuscript of Hafsa that belonged to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him.
Huh?
Let's just
the manuscript of Hafsa that belonged to Muhammad.
What?
Hey, hold up. So yeah, John, you know the problem, but it's 10 times she embarrassed herself.
Oh man,
I narrowed it down to 10.
Okay, because I was like, it should be like 487 times she embarrassed
that would
herself.
be a 2-day long video.
2 days, yeah, it'll be a lot. We'll do this a whole month.
48-hour stream.
A whole month on Cora's blunders, man.
D would try to do it.
Oh, yeah.
He really would.
He would.
If I were to do it, I would do it like Nabil did it with Zakir Naik back in the day when it was called 25 Zakir Naik 25 errors in 5 minutes, and he just went super rapid fire. Like Zakir Naik said this, and Nabil, no, there is no Sir Whitemeat anywhere in any historical record of anything to do with anything, and then he just keeps going.
Yeah, so good. So the manuscript of Hafsa belonged to Muhammad.
Where did she? Who's the one? Like when she was doing prep for this, who was the one prepping her with? Like who told her that?
Gotta be Malik. Gotta be Malik.
Could you imagine?
He said it gotta be Malik.
Yeah, it gotta be.
No, we gotta give Malik more credit. I think Libiano did this.
Libya. Oh, by the way, Muslim Lantern's going after both of them now.
Oh, he sure is. Oh.
And it's not like I didn't repost his tweet or nothing.
Yeah.
Potter, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I forgot to hang on. I forgot to do that. Sorry about
Hey,
that.
Me too.
You know what?
Me too.
I told
I'm
Avery
thinking
to reply and say bingo.
bingo.
Did you do that? Did you do that, Avery? Because I'm about to do it.
But I'm about to see.
It's a
if,
race. It's a race.
if I
Who's gonna do
did.
it first? Who's gonna do it first?
Let's just all do
what is
it.
it,
Let's just
Muslim
all of it
lantern?
do it at
Well,
once.
let's all do it. Everybody was supposed to say bingo.
All right, let's all go to Muslim Lantern, guys, and let's say bingo to his post.
Oh, there we go. What a beautiful comment.
Let's see.
We're not toxic at all, Jai. We're definitely not toxic at all.
We're just having fun.
Too much fun.
Hey, 100. Can you text me or look at the text and answer for me if you did this?
Well, some non-Muslims can be violent and disrespectful. I could say bingo to that because he's not saying Christians. He's just saying non-Muslims. So I could say that. I gotta be careful. See what I'm checking off on. See,
Right?
Jai,
You don't want to contradict yourself.
Yeah.
But have you read the comments under it? Muslims are going at him.
He's not going to be the only Muslims or the only Muslim that people are going after. Did you see what the Muslim cowboy posted today?
Ooh,
What'd he do?
What dumb? Okay, what did he post?
Here it says Islam and Muslims entered Americas in
God.
the 800s CE.
What? He's like a Mormon.
600 years before Columbus, y'all.
Yeah, I commented on that. I said you're either dumb or lying, but it's probably both.
Dumb, stupid, or dumb. Yeah, if you ever read what that's based on, it says that some guy sailed out of the Mediterranean, then came back with a bunch of gold, and it's like, oh yeah, he didn't just go down the African coast. Yeah, he went across the Atlantic, and then and they found all this gold, and then they just they came back with all this gold, and then they decided to never go back. It's weird.
Not sure.
Man,
They
it's
forgot
like
all
the
about it.
It's like the Mormons. That's crazy. He's just making stuff up.
Okay, so yeah, Hafsa's manuscript. I think this is
that's crazy.
Based on Muslim Lantern's tweet, I'm going to say that it was Libiano working with Korah.
Yeah.
That's what the implications of Muslim Lantern's tweet says and gives off. So
Well, Jai, you never told the public why is this a problem.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. So you have a bunch of so we're talking about the mother rights, right? And so now we finally found the mystery to this whole battle, the battle of Yom. Like now we actually know what it's about. Know that it's actually like you have the father rights and you have the mama-ites, and they're like
the mama-ites is crazy.
That's what it's really about. So they were killing off a lot of the Quran reciters and people who had memorized the Quran. So Abu Bakr got scared and he said much of the Quran is going to be lost. So he commissioned Zayd to make a compilation of the Quran. He's like, well, how can I do something that Allah's messengers didn't do? In other words, there wasn't a manuscript that Muhammad had that could be passed down to Hafsa. That didn't happen. So in the very story that she's even referencing, it's saying that Muhammad didn't have this. Anyway, he gets convinced to do it. Allah opens his heart, he does some chest surgery, opens up his heart. He tells him, this is what, so he does it, and then it goes from Abu Bakr, and then it goes to Omar, and then it goes from Omar to his daughter Hafsa. It doesn't go from Omar to Uthman. So it's not staying amongst the leaders like the caliphates. It's not staying amongst them. It's going from his Omar to his daughter Hafsa, and that's where it ends. There's no Muhammad anywhere. There's no Muhammad giving Hafsa any Quran or anything like that.
What's the hadith?
And this caused
curious.
well, this caused
Bukhari.
Yeah, this caused a
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Muhammad not having the Quran caused this big thing, and then a bunch of people apostatized because they got sick of viewing God as a mother.
Yeah,
and a hijab, so they apostatized, and Abu Bakr said, "No, you have to come back." And they they had the battle of Yamama, and the apostates kept yelling Yamama jokes. Your mama's so dumb she got 2 right hands and stuff. And but the Muslims won. The Muslims won. But we got Korah all these years later finally brought back the mother rights.
Going back to her roots.
I also got a question for Jay before we move on. Which Qiraat would the manuscript of Hafsa be in?
Yeah.
that sounds like something dumb Cora would say. What are you talking about? The Hafs is the manuscript of Muhammad that Hafs had. We still got it. What do you think the Hafs is? Are you stupid?
Actually, no, that's actually really funny because there was that was funny. That was funny. But
she said we have the original.
I said it too. That was anyway. But yeah, so Chris actually debated some Muslim called jihadists like back in the day, and Chris brought up the fact that Hafs is a liar. He tried correcting Chris. He said, no, it doesn't say Hafs was a liar. It said Hafsa was a liar. He said, you're misreading the text. It says Hafsa was a liar, not Hafs. And so that was a hilarious thing. So we would have no idea. Actually, some Muslim scholars, so the early Muslims believed that the 7 ahruf were like 6 of them were destroyed, only 1 of them survived. But some of them believe that in Abu Bakr's compilation that all 7 were in his compilation. And then when Uthman did his, he limited just to 1. It's a whole mess because no one even knows what ahruf means, but we have no idea what it looked like. We have some kind of like what, she would say verses differently. Like she would add in like the middle prayer and things like that in some one of the verses, but we don't have any real clue what it was.
So Uthman destroyed the words of Allah?
According to, the bulk of the classical scholars, according to the book.
And they don't see no problem with this.
Then Muawiyah did as well, because he's the one who sent Marwan to they were waiting. Hafsa's like, I'm not giving it over. And she's got enough street cred to that they're like, okay, we'll just wait. But as soon as she died, boom, guys, go get that Quran. We have to burn it. And I mean, just think about how if you didn't know anything else, you only knew that when someone had an earlier a copy that was earlier than the Uthmanic recension, they were just waiting to burn this thing. There's no way you conclude that all these Qurans like match up perfectly. So Uthman burns all the manuscripts except for Hafsa's, but then they're waiting for that one. They're waiting to burn that one. And then Jai's got the source for later on when some Muslims show up and they've got Ibn Masud's Quran, and they're like, oh, burn that thing. Burn it.
They just burn everything, man.
The guy Muhammad said, if you want to learn the Quran from anyone, learn it from Ibn Masud. And they're like, oh, you got Ibn Masud's Quran, the one that Muhammad said we should all learn from? Yeah, burn that thing. We know it's not going to match up. This is a joke,
Ibn Masud had to beg them to hide their Qurans. Hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your Quran.
I like to do the flip side of everything, because we're talking to a bunch of Christians here.
Yeah.
That'll be significant if like Paul had all of these writings of the apostles, gathered them up, and then burnt them all.
Yeah.
And then had one of his scribes rewrite all of them again.
Imagine
we would never hit the end of this.
And waited for Mary Magdalene to pass away because she had the last original of John. And as soon as she passed, they ran in and snatched that up and burned it.
And it wouldn't even have to be someone like Paul. It could have been 3 centuries later. If you had just some event where the government is stepping in and imposing the official Bible and burning everything else, we would hear that we would hear that 9,000 times a day for the rest of our lives. We don't have anything like that, but that's
what happened at the Council of Nicaea, guys.
They hate Paul anyway. They blame Paul for everything.
The Council of Nicaea.
Yeah.
The Council of Nicaea, where they decided that God was triune.
That's right.
That's the one.
Yeah. All right, so we'll do this last one here, which is I think that Christina's response actually is pretty good. I liked this response here. If Jabril can stop messing with my mouse, this is insane. Thank you, sweetheart. That'll be the dream.
Do you have a wireless mouse? You have a wireless mouse?
Yeah, it's wireless.
Maybe charge it.
Well, it's wireless, but it does battery. But then when I put a new battery in, it still don't be doing what I wanted to do. So now what word?
Get one that you can charge instead of
one
on the battery.
Or get better at grifting so you can buy a fancier one.
Yeah, you got to get the Energizer Bunny battery.
I do. I'll start a GoFundMe for For a mouse, raise 60,000.
60,000 for a mouse, and Muhammad Hijab would be spazzing out about that.
Bruh.
60,000, bruv, for a mouse, bruv. Can you believe this? He's a grifter.
Do you see how they support each other? Yeah. But you are weak. You are young. You are weak. You're lazy. And we have a link down in the comment section, and you won't click it.
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy though. He actually lost it on that, and he was shaming the Muslims. He was shaming the Muslims.
Yeah, he hates y'all guys.
Yeah. Wait. Is that where you said he was crashing out?
Yeah.
You didn't see it?
No, I haven't seen it. No,
You
guys have anything? You have any idea how much stuff I had to do today? It was crazy.
David, when I tell you, when you're gonna want to watch every second of it, bruh, you're gonna have the time of your life.
Popcorn.
Get some popcorn. Get your favorite snacks. And stream your raw reaction.
Yeah, do that.
You gotta stream your raw reaction because the way he is cussing out and demeaning and going off on Muslims because they don't donate and give and they're fighting each other while I just raised about $60,000. In one day.
I told you not to pause that. I was like, you have no idea how much this enrages that. Matter of fact, I have to say that's more than anything else, more than Quran desecration or anything else. When other Muslims start saying you just made Avery rich, which they did. That enrages them. That is like the ultimate behavior. It might not work on Muhammad Hijab because he seems like just completely like incapable of change or something like that. But that is a massive deterrent when they think, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm like, oh, I'm going to copyright. Oh, it just made him rich. Oh, I'm going to that makes him rethink everything. So you got to do it. I was like, can you imagine if it was like went to 1 million or something like that? Hijab would be that would shut his mouth for the rest of his life.
I made a video about it, David, so it's on my channel.
Yeah.
Yours the one people sent around. I was just flying. I was just flying all over.
We got the raw footage. If you want, we can review it Monday, as I had said earlier to you today. Or I mean, if you want to do it before then, it's gold. I'm telling you.
I sent it to IP.
Got you, man.
I know I'm doing a review tomorrow night.
Nice.
Go. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Someone said he was yelling at all 500 of his viewers.
That's something me and David noticed because we were live and we were even planning to go.
It was an afterthought. I was like, should I cover 0.3? I don't know, just might skip it and stuff like that. Anyway, just jumped on live and I'm like, how we got 1,200 and he's got 800. And this is the king of Dawah.
Lower too,
and everyone knows it. Everyone knows this is his live stream.
He literally, no one wants to watch a live stream where Muhammad Hijab is yelling at you saying you're stupid and evil. You all have a bunch of micro penises. You're porn addicts. Like David, David, I'm not making this up. He yelled at all the Muslims, said you all have micro penises. You're all on Pornhub, but you won't click the link below.
No, you guys got me wanting to watch this, man.
You gotta watch it.
He crashed out.
Oh yeah,
but he crashed out. But the guy that's sitting next to him, he's got like some more. Like he knew that the audience now is like it's actually like not all Muslims now because he knows like it's the Christians watching. So he tried appealing to the Christians, saying, "Okay, guys, now everyone donate. We're raising money for Christians in Lebanon."
Oh
yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, okay. You're not appealing to You're not appealing to Muslims, asking Muslims to give you money for Christians in Lebanon. You're appealing to your Christians now, because you know Christians are watching you. Like, well, first of all, why would we trust you with money that's going to go support our brothers and sisters in Lebanon? Why would we trust you with that money?
Who was sitting beside him? Was it Subhor again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, David, he even complimented the Jews.
He
was that mad.
The Jews, they're way better than you Muslims.
Yeah, he said it.
I like Jews better than you Muslims.
The Jews, they're supposed to be kafir. They're supposed
and they don't even have micro penises.
I'm going to convert to Judaism.
Yes. The best thing that I like about this whole thing, Avery, the video that you had that got copyright stricken, that was up to about 750,000 views when it got taken down.
No. Were you joking?
No. What was you at though?
370 like 7 or something like that 1,000.
And he's only got maybe 70,000 more views on that video than you had, and it's been down for 2 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's insane.
By the way, I mean, we should like set the record straight on this real quick, because he keeps on saying that because the video is on his channel, that means that's the proof. That's the ultimate proof that you were scaring people, because everyone can just go to his channel. Is that why we're doing this? Because we want people to just see the video? Is it because we don't want people to be intimidated by Muslims, silenced by Muslims, given false copyright strikes? It's got nothing to do.
You have to. This is
This guy is crazy. He's crazy saying that stuff.
All of you are too young to remember the Andy Griffith Show, but there was a life lesson from Barney Fife, and he would say, you got to nip it in the bud, man. There's certain things. You see it's taken off. Ooh, let's all do this new thing of sending out these fake copyright strikes, because Christians aren't going to fight back, and we just screw up all their channels. No. So anyway, we all know it. It's been said. Avery has to do that for everyone.
Yes.
He has to do that for everyone.
Every single content creator, not even just Christians, every single content creator, that's who this is for. You, Muhammad, you're being you're being made an example of.
Hey,
straight up.
Hey, and hijab, you can
tell
King
David.
Here you guys, look, guys, we're supposed to, we're supposed to, want the best for people and so on. And so if hijab's crashing out, this might be a time to offer an olive branch. Hijab, tell you what, man, you do a live stream, and you apparently have Subhor on regularly. But get Mansoor from Speaker's Corner, and do a show with Subhor and Mansoor, and call it my live stream with Subhor and Mansoor, and I will not make fun of Muhammad for an entire month. And so if you don't do that, the Subhor and Mansoor show, if you don't do it, how much do you really care about Muhammad?
He was saying in that video, is like any da'is that get high, we just tear them down and rip them down, and we tear them apart. And what are you doing to help bring them all together? He's not doing much himself.
He said, we can't have anyone who's conservative and Muslim, in the mainstream. Wait, why do you care about that?
Yeah.
Why do you want to be in mainstream, Muhammad? Matter of fact, we want you to be in mainstream. I think I can speak for all of us here. We would love Muhammad Hijab to be the mainstream spokesperson for Islam. Did we all agree here?
Oh yeah.
No, we
unless Junior,
we knew what we were doing. We want him, Sheikh Uthman, Daniel Hakikachu, all you other guys like Sajid, Farid. You guys, just step aside, guys.
Step aside. Make way for the Dawah.
Ali Dawah. That is the lineup. That is the 4 horsemen right there. The 4 horsemen.
Throw Junior in there. Throw Junior.
They got too many good ones, man. Too many good ones for helping us destroy Dawah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good stuff. All right, let's get to this last fun little blunder here, and let's see how Lady Logic handled this one. Well, you're not part of this group, but your response.
And Cora, I want to ask you a question. Do you think that God needs to be omnipresent?
Oh no, this not the one. Sorry, it's the one before this.
Oh, so we're not gonna show the last.
Yeah, one job, Logic. Yeah. One job.
One job, man.
One job.
My showrunner.
Yeah, Avery, what's up, man? This is all you do is live stream, and you still can't get it right.
Listen.
Struggle streaming.
Listen, guys.
Rookie move, Logic. Rookie move.
You're right. Okay, so it's right after this. All right, come on.
Check out the studio, though. Look at that. That's the studio. The Lady Logic studio. Check it out.
That's right. No, I got to get a camera set up in there so I can stream from there.
Hey, little rough draft.
Logic, if you press the arrow keys, it goes back 10 seconds at a time.
Get off the stage.
Watch your clip back.
Watch your clip back.
And remember, Chris and I always used to call Logic Ricky Logic way back in the day. Remember your mom?
Yeah.
Go ahead, watch your clip back. Let it sink in. Come back when you get that. Do some self-reflection. Go ahead, watch your clip to the end.
How's it feel, Word?
When you get do your homework first and second. You done messed up, don't request up, go study.
Go study. All right.
Your Logic is the only one to make me watch my clip back with my song.
The only one who can.
I was playing your songs yesterday, Word. We had some Muslims acting up. I had to play some of your songs.
Oh, go ahead. Give it to him.
Mashallah.
Even if he did, he could.
This is not a well-established history.
Blunder number 2, guys.
The crucifixion of Jesus is not a well-established historical event.
Just in case you're confused on what the blunder is, The blunder is the prompt itself. And the blunder here is Korah baking Allah by saying the crucifixion is not a historical event. Why is that a blunder, you may ask? Let's take a look at chapter 4, verse 157 to see. And for boasting, we killed the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, the messenger of Allah. But they neither killed nor crucified him. It was only made to appear so. If Allah made it appear that the crucifixion happened, would there be historical evidence for that? Would there be eyewitnesses? Would there be documentation? Would people believe this up until Muhammad came along hundreds of years later and said, psych?
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Excellent.
You need to be like, with that one.
Y'all have no idea. When I was recording this and you made this point, what was I doing behind the camera, babe? I was stirring.
I knew it.
I was like, dang. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so she brings a prompt that destroys herself. Go ahead. Who's about to say something? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying David just had Mike Lacona on and they just reviewed that whole section.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mike was giving us the scholarly historian perspectives on things, and he concluded in the end. He didn't put it in this words, but I translated for him. He said, "This is made for stupid people. It's stupid people." These kinds of responses. Yep.
Korah was trying to say, those early groups that rejected the crucifixion. Well, first of all, not first century.
Yeah.
You don't start getting documentation.
But she said it repeatedly, and then she said the Apostle Paul was trying to refute people who were denying the crucifixion. Like, where? And she said, and this is in study Bible. Show me the study Bible. And yeah, she goes to Basilides, who they weren't doing history, they were doing theology. These were the Gnostics, and their reason was they only believed Jesus was divine.
Yep.
And so the objection of actual Christians was, if he was only divine and didn't have a human body, how did he die on the cross? And so they had to come up with weird explanations, including the one that eventually ended up in the Quran, where it makes no sense. Because again, it was, he's only divine, not human. In Islam, he's only human, not divine. And they use the same thing. Why? Because Muhammad's an ear.
Yeah. Yeah. She also said there are some scholars that hold to the swoon theory. There's only one within the past few decades. It's some woman, I can't remember her name, but she's
Mike was pointing out how insane and far out in left field she is. She has the most insane idea, and then Jesus moved to France and started a family and this and that. It's complete insanity. But he pointed out Strauss's critique about that assuming a person survived crucifixion, somehow no one's going to conclude resurrection when they see him. They're going to say, get a doctor. This dude is seriously messed up. No one's going to say, oh, look, his glorified resurrection body, just like the one we're going to have eventually.
Right.
Be nice if he could walk, which you couldn't. Anyway, weird stuff.
Yep. Nice. All right. Well, that's the last blunder that I wanted to show. It's not the last blunder on the video.
The number one blunder is crazy, though.
Yeah. You guys, please go ahead and check out the video. Go look at how Christina responds to these blunders. Please support the video. Her channel's already at 11,000 subscribers, which praise God. Thank you all.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I know we know this mother right video is going to be legend status, right? I'll make it super dope, and then at the end, send everyone over to the Lady Logic's channel because she got Korah to start the mother right.
Mother of the mother right movement.
That's right.
The mother of the mother right movement. Mashallah, mashallah. But so final thoughts, guys, because we've been doing a bunch of reviews over this for the past week.
Yeah,
man. What are
okay? Perfect.
Final thoughts overall, guys. Final thoughts overall. Dr. Gav show doing this ladies thing, Christians and Muslims being put in the forefront on camera. It's really doing numbers. What are your thoughts overall on this whole thing?
I am so happy about the women stepping up for Christianity, and I'm so happy about the women stepping up for Islam. This is just beautiful, great stuff. Again, it's just another sign of the times. Dawah's collapsing. They can't find anyone to save them. The people they keep putting up are just riddled with problems, making blunders left and right. And we don't see that on the Christian side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. Last time Christina was on Dr. Daft, the 4v4, obviously we knew Christina, but we didn't know the other 3 sisters that she had with there. We were like really encouraged by that. I mean, DOC and everyone else who was watching it, we were like, that's one of the things we commented on. We're like, we got these sisters who are just like, you don't even know what they're capable of until you see them working. So we were really encouraged to see that. And now we see 20 of them, and we see, it was great. For the Muslims, this is what I'm gonna say now, guys. It's not gonna be the Christians that are against Korah getting popular, getting out there, going places. It's gonna be the Muslims. The Muslims are the ones that's gonna tear her down, just like Muhammad Hijab said. But especially because she's a woman, they're the ones that are gonna tear her down. They're the one that's gonna destroy her opportunities. We want to see anyone from the Muslim side who thinks that they can bring an argument, bring it. If it's a man or woman, bring it, and we'll see how it sinned against the truth. But it's the Muslims who are going to take her down. That's what I'm going to say.
Absolutely. And I mean, just think about the difference, right? Because we watched Christina versus 12 Muslimas, and that's after the 8 refused to show up. So these were the brave ones who actually showed up. And then Korah was like light years above the rambling, incoherent nonsense of all the others. And so Korah's like the champion, but then Korah steps up and like, it's complete deranged nonsense. She gets baked over and over and over again when she's the one choosing the topics. She gets crushed on every single topic. The Trinity one where there was some issues because she's doing her little thing where she speaks really fast and she says 13 stupid false things before you even have a chance to respond to one.
The crucifixion one. I mean, the crucifixion one. You said the Trinity one.
Oh yeah, no. The Trinity one, she got crushed on.
She got crushed.
Yeah. So crucifixion one. That's the only one that I see Muslims saying anything positive about. But I mean, she's spouting blasphemous nonsense with that with the father rights stuff that they don't realize. According to Orthodox Muslims, you guys you're unbelievers. You're unbelievers because of this stuff, because you're saying this. And then she starts the cult of the mother rights, which they will never hear the end of. This is going to be the Al Zut of 2026. Everyone's going to be using this. But I mean, think about that. She was the best one.
Yeah.
And it's a complete disaster. You look at the Christian squad. They've got a lineup there, man. They got a lineup.
Yes.
And
shout out to the ladies.
Yeah, but I mean, think about how crazy this is. Christians are looking at this, looking at all the Christian women doing apologetics, like, oh, we need more of this. We need more of this. Do you think Muslims are looking at their lady lineup and going, yeah, we need more of this. We need more. No. So
No.
why is that? Why is there that difference there?
They tore down on my very first episode, the 4v4. They tore those Muslimas apart. They said that they weren't educated, even though some of them had PhDs, some of them were Quran teachers. They absolutely tore them apart. On my 1v12, they tore all of those ladies apart except Korah. They were like, okay, she's good. The rest of them, get out of here.
Should have tore her apart too, guys.
Yeah. But the thing is, they never back their women at all. Meanwhile, you guys have all shown up to my stream, reviewing it, encouraging me, helping me out beforehand, like just lifting us up. And it's just a stark difference.
Yeah. Amazing stuff. Well, go ahead, Imam.
I only got one thing to say, and this is, two things to say. First thing to Korah, I still think your biggest blunder was showing up. It didn't make much sense for you to show up for your one little clip that you might have got in the crucifixion. And I think David's right here. There's probably over 4, maybe close to 500 blunders that she did actually make. So 1 to 400 and some. It wasn't really worth her actually showing up. She should have just ran away. It would have probably been better for her if she did. But the other thing I wanted to say is I truly believe, Christina, that you did better than I would have in that spot at that time.
No way.
I truly do. You did amazing.
Yeah.
Well, no one's going to dispute that.
I will, because Chris is a beast. Everybody go watch his debate with Central Dawah. It was the funniest thing.
It's Central Dawah.
I will.
The way he did him. He had to call his sister.
Now, Chris did expose me as a terrible moderator in that debate. Like that was, come on, Chris, man.
Man, I was dying laughing.
Chris had me rolling on camera, man.
That was like the first time you was like dying laughing as a moderator mid debate.
Yeah,
he ruined his mod career.
That was tough.
I will correct Chris on something right here. Chris said that her worst mistake was showing up. No, she made a worse blunder before that, hitching her trailer to Malik. That is the absolute dumbest thing anyone could ever do, ever.
True.
Yeah, I would just like to say that it's almost refreshing to see women doing apologetics, and you see the Christian side is just, they were well formed, articulated themselves well, used facts, and I think that was a representation of Christianity. We try to be historical, we try to be more accurate as possible. Not saying that we're all perfect, but at least we try, and we try to represent the arguments as accurate and possible as we can. Like, we're not trying to be deceptive,
right?
And on the flip side, it just starts. If my mom always used to tell me, boy, if you tell one lie, now you got to say 1,200 of them. And you see this happen in real time with Muslim apologetics. The first lie is Islam is true. That's false. So now they have to do all of these other lies to try to cover up the first lie. And it just makes the whole religion crumble at it seems when you talk to well knowledgeable people that can expose the gaps in all of these lies. And it's a bad look. It's a bad look.
Oh, it is. I was saying the other day when we started watching, I said, there's a part of me that's like rooting for the Muslim women to do well because it would destroy their religion if women turn out to be super short.
The younger generation and watching apologetics, I think it's so cool to have someone like Christina, and then knowing who they looked up to. And like when you read scripture and you study scriptures and you read the church fathers, the doctors of the church, some of the greatest, St. Catherine of Siena, they're women, and how much like the Lord lifts up women in scripture. And I did a response to someone saying, oh, if you're a woman, you have to be quiet, when it's like women literally were alongside the apostles going to teach and going to preach the gospel. And the first people to see Jesus rise, the risen Christ, were women. So we're not half-brained like Islam says women are half-brained. We have this worth that women have, and we have these role models. The greatest one being Mary, the mother of God, who was given such this high position, right? So honored and loved by God. And yeah, I think with that, it's awesome to be able to do this alongside my brothers and my sisters, and I'm so proud of you, and I love you all.
We love you too, Chloe.
Hey,
love you, sister.
Hey, has anyone proposed the theory that maybe Cora and the others are playing four-dimensional chess and trying to prove Muhammad right in what he said about women?
That's what I look. I say it all the time, man. Sahih Bukhari 304. That hadith right there is the one hadith that almost gets me to say my shahada until I start thinking. That's the one, man. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for coming. Well, sorry, you do it.
All right, guys. So thank you all for coming. I'm so glad that you guys joined me. It's an honor. I had so much fun doing this. Definitely got more stuff coming, but thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. And God bless all of you.
Peace.
God bless.
What's the only thing we do, y'all?
We just read.
That's right.
That's it.
Amen. That's Lady Logic. Amen. That's Lady Logic. Amen. That's Lady Logic.